Hello everyone, welcome to Algebra 100. After the evaluation of the mid-year exam, I find that many of your algebra is not that good. So we have decided a task for you, which is Algebra 100. That means there will be 100 algebra questions. And actually, I categorize those questions into 5 main categories. The first one will be linear equation, and the second one will be basic polynomials. And the third one will be expansion, and then there will be some factorization involved, and finally there will be some algebraic fractions. So after by doing this exercise, I expect you can strengthen your algebra knowledge. So I hope that you can get rid of the algebra phobia. Okay, so let's start with the question. So firstly, actually I split the content into several skills. The first one is removing bracket in the linear equation. So look at this question. Look at the first question. So I think you can try to do the rainbow method. So this is the original question. So in order to handle the question, we need to remove the bracket so that I can group the x together. Now the x is enclosed by the bracket, so I need to save it. So I will do the rainbow method, and I will get 3x minus 6 on the left. The reason why I get 3x minus 6 is the 3 will multiply to x and multiply to the minus 2, and I will get it 3x minus 6 separately. Okay, so let's move all the terms with x to the left-hand side. This is our usual practice. Plus x move to the left, become minus x. And plus 3 minus 6 move to the right-hand side to be plus 6. So finally, we group all the x on the left-hand side. So we will have a 2x on the left, and we'll have the 9 on the right. So finally, multiply 2, we move it to the right to be divided by 2. So this will be our final answer. So for the second question, I think we need to do the rainbow method. That means the removing bracket for both sides. So for the left-hand side and the right-hand side, I think what we need to do is to do the rainbow method for the 2. And 2 multiply 4, we get 8. 2 multiply minus 3x, we get minus 6x. And on the right, we will do the same removing bracket skills again. And 3 multiply x, we get 3x. 3 multiplies 1, we get plus 3. So the second task will be we move all the terms with x to one side. Usually we typically move it to the left-hand side, so we will have minus 6x. This is we keep it here, so everything remain unchanged. And the 3x move to the left, become minus 3x. Because this is originally adding. So we move to the left, become subtracting 3x. So 8x move to the right, become minus 8. So finally, after we group this term, minus 6x minus 3, we get minus 9x. And then this will be minus 5. So finally, we can have this row. Multiply minus 9, we move it to the right, become divided by minus 9. So finally, you will get 5 over 9, which is your final answer. Okay, so for the left, for the question 3, so I think you see that there is a minus here, but actually minus, we can still simply do the rainbow method for the minus. So what you need to do is, minus, you can imagine that it is minus 1. Okay, so if you rainbow the minus to the first number and the second number, I think minus rainbow to 4x, you can get minus 4x. Minus rainbow to minus 1, I think you can get minus 1. But we know that minus can combine to form a plus. So that is plus 1. Is it okay? So there will be 3x plus 15 on the right. So the next task will be we move all the terms with x to the left. So I will just keep the 4 minus 4x here and move the 3x to the left and move the plus 1 to the right, become minus 1. So finally, I think I can get minus 4x minus 3x, we get minus 7x. X equals 14 divided by minus 7. Bear in mind that when we move the minus 7 to the right, it is multiply. So we change it to divided by minus 7, okay? It is still minus 7, but we change it to division. So finally, x equals minus 2, which is our final answer. So let's move on to question 4. For question 4, I think you find that it is a little bit more difficult when compared to the first 3 questions. So I think what you need to do is we need to try to handle this difficult part because the x is enclosed by the bracket. So we want to save it. Okay, we want to get him out of the bracket. So the first thing I need to do is I will try to do the rainbow method, do the removing bracket for this minus. We can actually do the minus, distribute to the x, and distribute to the -2. So we usually handle the bracket first, try to remove it. So minus rainbow to x, we can have minus x. Minus rainbow to -2, we can have +2. So after that, I think we need to move all the terms with x to the left. So I think 5x minus x, I will keep it here. So I will move the 2x to the left, become -2x. And the -1, I will keep it on the right. We move the +2 to the right, become -2. So finally, we get -3 on the right-hand side. And for the left-hand side, we do it carefully. This is 4x minus 2x, we get 2x finally. So multiply 2, move it to the right, become divided by 2. And this is our final answer. So for the fifth question, I think the similar things happened, which means we try to remove the bracket by distribute the -3 to the first number and the second number. So we can say this is 2x -3 distribute to the first term, we have -3x. -3 distribute to the second term, minus multiply minus, we know that that will be a plus. 3 times 1, we will get a 3 here. So x -3 will be kept on the right-hand side. So we move all the terms with x to the left. So we just keep it. But this one, I need to move it to the left, become -x. -3, okay, we keep it here. We move this to the right, become -3. So finally, this is -x, and that will be -1x. Further -x, we will have -2x. Finally, be careful when we move the multiply. We are multiplying the -2, so move it to the right, become divided by -2. Okay, don't write +2, that will be wrong. So finally, we can cancel all the minus, and we can get 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So for the final question, and on this page, we can take a look. This is the final question for removing bracket. So actually, there's a trap. When you first read the question, I think some of you may fall into the trap that you may use 4 minus 2 directly. But bear in mind that we cannot do it this way. Don't fall into the trap 4 minus 2. Actually, we need to rainbow the -2 to the bracket first. Okay? Because every time we do the multiplication first, don't do the addition first. So for the -2 rainbow to the first term, we have -2x. -2 rainbow to the +1, we have -2 times +1, which is -2. So we can have this row, and we move all the terms with x to the left again and again. So move it to the left, we have -x. Move the, this is -2, become +2. But this is +4 actually. So we move it to the right, become -4. Sorry, this is +4, become -4. So we group it. And then by calculating, this will be -5. So once again, we move the multiply -3 to the right, become divided by -3. So finally, we can get 5/3 will be our final answer. Okay, so this is the end of the skill 1, which is about removing bracket.